academic. She has a wonderful experience, and then recently she has moved to Canada, the British Columbia, where I also had the opportunity to travel to visiting the Simon Fraser University. So she's based and associated herself currently with the British Columbia University. She teaches there, and then she's also the head of the International Baluch Women Forum. She has been fighting for the rights of Baluch, as you understand. We all understand that through the course which we had introduction, that South Asia as a region has a quite composite culture and history and traditions. But there has been a mismatch between the culture, society, and politics. I quoted T.P. Oman's thing about how ethnicity becomes a product of this engagement between politics and culture. It is of that sort that you have the majority and minority, which has been a tussle in the region. In every country, invariably, whether it is Sri Lanka, the Senegalese majority and the Tamil minority, we have a similar situation in Pakistan, the Punjabis and other mainstream national groups. We have Pashtuns, Baluch and other minorities there. We have a similar situation in Bangladesh, there the Bangla speaking versus the Chakmas or the Chittagong Hill Tract people. Nepal, even Bhutan, smaller countries have interexing. Bhutanese living in Nepal, Nepali origin people in Bhutan as minorities. What I'm trying to say is essentially South Asia has a kind of a marginality and vulnerability based on majority and minority, and it is our endeavor as students of human rights that we would like to promote human rights for all. Everybody has to get the equal rights. And if anybody is marginalized, we would like to understand it from academic perspective, also practically to understand. It is in this context that we have Professor Naila here, who will be sharing about the human rights situation in the Baluch region, and then we will have an interesting understanding about it. She will present for about 45 minutes. She will speak, following which we will have our interaction. Unfortunately, due to the paucity of time, we need to kind of keep it as a kind of a restricted or a small closed door kind of a group of students and research scholars. So once again, on behalf of the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, our school dean, on behalf of our students, we would like to warmly welcome you. And we have a tradition of welcoming our guest with the important stole actually. So it's our pleasure to do this. I would like to also call upon Lady would like to is ready. Yeah, I call upon the student volunteers to provide you the bouquet to invite you to this our school. On behalf of our students and research scholars, it is our pleasure to invite you here. I invite, before we invite you for the lecture, I invite all Desai to say a few words since you are here. Kindly give a few words.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
I don't want to stand in between you and Madam Naila for a long time, because it's an important topic that we'll be listening today, and she will be enlightening us on that issue of human rights in Pakistan is concerned. See, I belong to a think tank called Forum for Integrated National Security. See, it is our experience in our country, basically. So far as the security of the country is concerned, there is no integrated thinking. Anybody will tell you that the thinking is compartmentalized. Military will think in its own way. Then all these intelligence agencies, each intelligence agency has its own way of thinking, but they don't collaborate. So therefore many questions arise. So what we have decided is that we will bring together all such persons who are, working as strategists, professionals, then bureaucrats, and mainly who are concerned so far as our security is concerned, nation security. Those who deal with external security are not aware what is so far as internal security is concerned. And these two aspects cannot be separated. So we are trying to form and influence the policies from the point of view of integrating these all security areas or elements that are there in our country. That is the whole idea, and therefore we have started this forum or think tank, I would say. Therefore, we always say that what is our, it is called Breed Vakya. Rashtra Raksha Bahumukhi. That is what our, you can say, Breed Vakya or Bush Vakya, as you can say. Rashtra Raksha Bahumukhi. You must think from all angles. And then we have a method of working also. So we initiate the topics, we interact with the people, and then we try to influence the policies of the government also, or whatever it is, whatever required. So from that point of view, we have started this forum, and therefore this is going to be a forum of intellectuals, strategists, professionals. And with the help of these people, we try to, take up the issues and then approach the persons, those who can influence these policies of the government. I can tell you an instance that we have dealt with. We have signed Indo-US nuclear deal. There are many such issues of national importance. Many times what happens, government agencies, what they do is, they don't bring or make these issues public. Now, so far as signing of any deal, any pact, any agreement with any country, you need not go to the parliament. You just take up that issue in the cabinet, discuss it, make it okay. When this issue was raised, few scientists approached us. They tried to approach the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. They said, you at least listen to us, what we want to say so far as this deal is concerned. If it is to be signed, you sign it, there's no problem. But at least you give us hearing. That was not done. There were about 8 scientists who made a presentation to the Prime Minister, but they were not heard. Then somebody from BRC approached us. They said, why don't you help us? What do you want? I said, we must go to the public. We must make some representations. This issue should be discussed in the parliament. That was the issue. So we said, okay, let me try. We had a seminar in Mumbai, which was attended by about 3 retired chairmen of the nuclear commission. They also had something to say. So this seminar was well attended, and then everybody expressed their own views. We never said that it should be signed or it should not be signed. That was not an issue. But we said it might be discussed in the public. But then when this was there, it was reported in the papers, newspapers. And thereafter, how it happens when public pressure builds up, how government agencies, immediately thereafter, one of the secretaries from the PMO, he was sent there to meet all these 7-8 scientists and discuss with them. One of the scientists, Mr. Iyengar, Dr. Iyengar, he was in the hospital. The secretary went to the hospital and discussed with him. But that was not sufficient. We filed even a public interest litigation in Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, Chief Justice, he gave us time to argue the matter. He said, see, it's a policy matter. We can't do anything so far as law is concerned. But all these things they were reported in the papers, newspapers. Good articles were written. So the issue was published, and thereafter I can tell you, it was discussed in the parliament. What we did is we published a small booklet, and it was distributed amongst all the parliamentarians. So it so happened that those who spoke on the issue, they got a good material to speak. This is what we desire that it should happen. Such issues should be discussed. You can't just, put it under the carpet and say that, oh, it has been done. That should not be the attitude, or that should not be the approach of any government, whichever government it may be. So sometimes it happens that some issues are, secret issues, but such issues which are having a lasting influence upon the country should be discussed, at least amongst the intellectuals or the policy influence people. If you work properly, that is what our thing is. If you work properly, you can influence and you can make changes in the policy. The only thing is what is required is intellectuals should come together, they must think, they must discuss, and they must come out with concrete papers so that you can rightly approach to the government and or any agency for that matter. And accordingly the policies also can be influenced. That is what the whole idea behind this for integrated national security. We don't go for big seminars. We don't do that. We have a series called Thinkers Meet. On any issue, we bring together the intellectuals from the country, say 40, 50, sometimes 80, whatever it is up to that. And then we hold such sessions, one-day session or half-day session, that we discuss, prepare the report, submit it to the government, or even make it public. That is what they will do. We also have, there is something called Young Thinkers Program. That is what we are also. Now this Young Thinkers Program is, we want youth to do research work in such issues, security issues. Therefore, we have a Young Thinkers Program. We call for entries from youth students, basically postgraduate students, graduate students, hold one-day workshop as to how to do research. We also hold a workshop on how to think, and then we give them issues. We have about 14 areas which we have identified so far as things is concerned. 14 areas related to security issues. And from that, they can choose any subject. We give them 6 months period. They should write a paper, submit it to us, and during this 6 months, we provide them help. Each researcher will have a mentor. So he can go to that mentor, he can approach him, he can take guidance from him, and ultimately when the paper is ready, then there is a review session. So this review session is held, and then accordingly we issue the certificate. That is what the process so far as this Young Thinkers Program is there. So I just put this before you so that you know what and how this field is working. Had I known that I have to do something, I would have brought a small film also here today so that you would have known how we are working. And therefore, as I said, I won't take much time. Let us go to the main issue today. So far as things is concerned, we'll discuss on some other time. Thank you very much for asking me to.